the sister of Llips, top YouTube mukbang content creator whose life was suddenly taken, has come out to shut down rumors and speak the truth on what happened to her brother. Let's talk about it.
They were like, hey, what's up, my girl? I'm sorry.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, subbies. What me waganis them? Wagwan, everybody. How you doing? Hope everyone's well and having a good week. If this is the first time you're coming to this channel, please stop, subscribe, click on the notification bell, click all, so that when I drop a video, you get the call. So guys, I just come to give a little update on my previous video about Llips, top mukbang YouTube content creator whose life was tragically taken by his partner. This has been confirmed. Don't have to say alleged. Llips' sister has come out and spoken on a live last night, and she came to stop rumours. She said she's come to stop rumours, for people assuming, for stories being made up and things like that. So let's get straight into it, right? So the sister, her name is Nikisha, I believe. The sister has confirmed that Llips was wounded by a firearm used by his partner, his husband. They're actually married. He was wounded on the 16th of April and he died on the 22nd of April. The sister said that it was 6 days he laid in the hospital before the family even knew what had happened. The sister said that he was there alone for 6 days, guys, and by the time they knew and he got there, he had passed. I'm sure that's what she said. His heart gave out and he passed. The sister wants everybody to know that it was a very toxic relationship. Now, the sister is full of love for her brother. She's in remorse and everything. The sister just wants people to know the truth. The sister said that she does not hate production. Production is the nickname of Llips' partner, and his real name is Dominique, I believe, and Llips' real name is Brad, right? But everyone here on YouTube, we know them as Llips and Production. So the sister just really wants people to know, look, because there's been a lot of stories. I'll touch on some of them later on. But the sister wants people to know it was a very toxic relationship from both sides. She used the word toxic over and over from both sides, like 50-50 from both of these men. And actually Llips likes to be called a her. Llips is the guy with the bald head, if you don't know. He's the guy that has lost his life, and his partner Production there with the afro. And yeah, so she said it was 50-50. She said Llips was very controlling. She said they were toxic to each other. Throughout all what she said, she didn't have a bad word. Apart from saying they were toxic to each other, she didn't have a bad word to say about production. I noticed that she didn't have a bad word to say, but there were times when she was explaining the strength of her brother's personality, you know, and she said it here. Llips was very controlling. He was a very controlling type of person. She said he was very loving, both of them very, very loving. Remember, these two people have been together like over 20 years. I think they've been married 18, but they've been together over 20 years. I'm not sure if I'm absolutely right, but they've been together near enough 20 years, a long time. She said they're very loving. They're loving to everyone around them. You know, anyone who knows them, but they just had this toxicity for each other. Yet they loved each other. She said, yet they loved each other. Guys, this is DV to the maximum. This is DV relationship to the maximum, right? The word toxic is a very deep word to use. And his sister can tell you, as toxic as they were, they loved each other. They loved each other. Yeah? I've never been in that, so it's hard for me to really understand it. It's crazy to me, you know? But this is something that goes on in all aspects. And now you see this is two males. It's a gay relationship. It's not just man and woman and man on a woman. And sometimes you have women who are, you know, abusing men. So this is unbelievable. To me, it's, you know, you read these things all the time, but these are content creators. Llips was a content creator. I was subscribed to his channel for the last 2 years. And I had a phase when I watched them every day. Every day. Because if you was in some kind of, I don't know, and if your spirits were down and you watched him, your spirits would be up by the time you finished. You know? I used to watch them. I didn't catch their lives much because of the time difference. They're in Atlanta, Georgia. They're in America. But the videos, I would always catch up and watch the videos. The sister said she's not mad at production. She's not mad at him. She said she loves him. She said it's like she says she's saying she knows him. She knows the two of them. To me, it's like she's saying it would have been one or the other. That's like what she's saying. It could have easily have went the other way. You know? She said she's not mad at him. The only thing she's upset about, he didn't make one call to the family to say, look, this happened and Llips is in hospital. She said she's upset about that because Llips spent 6 days on life support in the hospital before anyone knew he was there, all by himself. Because remember, production was then already locked up in jail. She said he formed a blood clot and it went to his heart and he passed. She has no hate for production. They were both toxic. She said it again. She said he died alone. She was saying he'll be cremated because that's what he wants. He wants to be cremated and his ashes spread in different places that their mother loved or where they had visited as kids with their mum. That's what he wants. She wants to assure the fans that he really loved his fans. He really loved doing his YouTube. She was even saying sometimes she felt a little bit jealous because the YouTubers, the fans, they got a side of Llips she never got, you know. You'd have to listen to her yourself to really kind of get it. Like, between the lines, to me, it's like she's trying to say, I think Llips was more of the difficult person and production probably would have stood up to him. And then the both of them pop off and the both of them are toxic. And, you know, I don't know, guys. She said that they're both Christians. The whole family are Christians. They're good people. And she repeats, just toxic to each other. So currently production is in the jail and I suppose obviously he's admitted what he's done. It wasn't mentioned who called the police or anything like that. I didn't hear mention of that. So he's in the jail. There's been no bail granted because he's probably admitted what has happened, told the story of what has happened. Obviously, there has to have been some real bad situation in the house. And we've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. These are two drinkers. They do drink. They can drink. They hit the liquor spirits hard. They can drink and can, in these toxic situations fueled with alcohol, that makes it times 100. And I don't know, allegedly, and rumours are out there that there could be maybe a little narcotics involved, and people are saying, if you see the little few seconds clip at the beginning, people are saying that production looked like he's on something, and to me it does. When you watch it a bit more and watch some of the other lives, and you know, he looks very jumpy, very anxiously agitated, but like it doesn't look right, you know. I don't know. Comment below. And you see Llips more calm and always looking clean and everything. Sometimes production, yes, he does. He looks messy. I don't know. I don't know. And what does it matter? Right? The sister came out to more or less say, yes, it's a very toxic relationship and this is what has happened. So no matter how you dissect each argument or what we've seen, she's rounded it up to shut it down. You know, yes, they were in a very, very toxic relationship for many, many years. She said many times when they had their arguments, Llips would phone her and tell her what was going on. They were very close. She said she doesn't hate production. She loves him just the same. Because she has, it's like she's saying she has to be real. I don't know if she's like trying to say he put up with a lot. I don't know. Now, they have a daughter. Now, I didn't know all along whether they had adopted this daughter. I didn't know anything about the daughter until the sister just spoke on it. There were rumours flying around the last couple of days that the daughter's mother was not alive. Well, the daughter's mother is alive and the daughter is with the mother and she's fine and being well looked after, and the daughter's with the mother, and the daughter was not in the house at the time of the incident. It was only the two of them in the house, Production and Llips, right? But the way the sister now has talked of all this toxicity all these years, I wonder what the daughter has witnessed, you know. Now, I always thought the daughter lived with them. I knew nothing of the mother because it was a gay couple. I was wondering if she was adopted or stuff like that. So now I wonder, has she always lived with her mother and she just comes over to stay with her dad sometimes? I don't know what that is about that relationship. If he was in a relationship with the mother, was he a down low gaze some of the time and then he came out? I have no idea. Anybody know? Comment below. I do not know. I just really know this guy Llips and his husband Production as mudbangers, and people are talking. He had the most amazing displays of food, and it's true. Be Love Life said it. It's true. And he eat the food of slavery, of old. They knew how to cook it and get it down, you know. And I think Production had a lot to do with the cooking of the food and helping with the editing of videos. I think he done his part, you know. And yeah, it's very, very sad. I can't believe it because I actually watched these people. I cannot believe it. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real. So the daughter did not know anything, right? But the daughter was only told yesterday. The daughter didn't know what had happened because she didn't have any social media around her. And she was only told yesterday. And it's sad because her father's died and the other father of a parent, he's in jail and he's not coming out. And no matter how the story goes, 50-50, toxicity, whatever, no one has the right to take another person's life. Like, you just went too far. You just took it to a place of no return. You just took it to a place of no return. This sister must have a heart of absolute gold, because as much as I would have known Production if I was her and loved him, he just took it to another level, a place of no return. And I don't know if I couldn't forgive that. I don't think so, not for my sibling. So she has a heart of golden strength and understanding to be so real, I suppose. If it wasn't one, she never said it. This is my opinion on how she speaks, that if it wasn't one, it would be the other. She's sad her brother's gone, but that shock, I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe this has happened. Oh my God, there's no shock like that. Or, I don't know, maybe by the time she came on the live, she had more composure, but no, there was no shock like that. It was like you could see it happening, to the way they're saying the relationship was so toxic. I mean, it's got to be so toxic for somebody to take the next person's life. I just cannot believe it. And nobody has heard from Production. Nobody has heard a word from him. The sister has not heard from Production's family. And they must have heard what has happened, guys. She has not heard from them. She said she will not reach out to them. You know, like if they have heard, they should reach out to her. So she hasn't heard from them. It doesn't sound like, as much as she loves production, it doesn't sound like she's particularly in touch or close to anyone on his side of the family. So absolutely no one has heard from production. He remains in jail, like I said, no bail granted, because if he's pleaded guilty, they're not going to grant bail. He said he's guilty. It's so sad. I just don't know. You know, remember, nobody's heard from him. He didn't even let Llips' family know, look, he's in hospital, or I don't know. How comes? I don't know. It took 6 days for police to make contact. I don't know. I mean, if they had been drinking and on anything else, can you imagine after being in such a rage? Because definitely I wouldn't believe this is anything premeditated. It's on the spur of the moment. Can you imagine being in such a rage? And then when you're back to reality, Llips is gone and you took his life and you're sitting in jail. Now your life is over also. Everything is over. You done that? You done that? Over what? Maybe if you go back through the beginning of that argument, it was over something as trivial as pass me the salt. I don't know what to say about this. There's going to be cremation. He doesn't want to be buried. They're going to have a ceremony called bloom release. I've never heard those terms before. It's an American term. It will be public where fans can come and pay respect. I think they're going to have it in 2 different places. So you're going to have to go on the lives for these mukbangs. Now there's a mukbanger called Big Belly Bob. He's the channel that you would go over and watch if you want to see the sister and hear her for yourself. And she reached out to him. Out of all the content creators in the mukbang community, she reached out to him because she felt how much he really loved Llips. I think him and Llips have met each other, done mukbangs together as well. And they will collect donations and stuff like that. Anything donated will go to the daughter. The sister said they don't need anything to send Llips on. They will do that. Anything sent to them will be for the daughter, because they want to keep her in the lifestyle now she's accustomed to. Because, you know, I don't know. Very, 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 very sad. What kind of atmosphere. They had a dog called Gucci, a little dog, and apparently production gave the dog to a neighbour and the neighbour gave the dog away. So they're going to be trying to get this dog back. When you watch his videos and the lives, you hear him talk to Gucci and stuff like that, his little dog. So they want to get that back, you know. I wonder, they're saying production gave the dog to the neighbour, like, I wonder how this goes. The sister says Llips was wounded on the 16th. Production was arrested on the 17th. That's what his court case paper says. So did he not call the police straight away? He was booked in on the 17th. So that's when the police come and took him. Did he not? What's going to pan out? The sister says that Llips was actually wounded on the 16th. Did he not call for help straight away? How does it go? Llips died in hospital though. He was on life support. So I don't know, guys. All I know, it's very, very sad. It doesn't seem like it's a surprise to the family. The sister came on the live of Big Belly Bob Mukbanger, and it was a live and allowing the fans, the public, to ask questions, and Bob would pick out questions and give them to her. She came on it like, like StreamYard, live stream kind of thing. And she just want to set the record straight about rumours. And this is very, very sad. A very, very sad ending, She went on to explain Llips' personality. He loved life. He loved to live life. He done what he wanted to do. And they were just very toxic to each other, but they loved each other. What a DV story, guys, happening right now in the mukbang community of YouTube, but it's YouTube community still. And I haven't just picked up on it and jumped on it. I'm actually subscribed to these guys because one day he came up in my stream, in my notification, whatever, when they pop up, and I saw this black man with a bald head and a beard with some long kind of fingernails. He loves fingernails and bright colours, and I never got used to that. I never till this day got used to the fingernails. I didn't like those fingernails. And he popped up in my feed and I looked at him and I didn't pay him no attention. But he popped up again and a couple times, and then I started to watch and what he was actually talking about. The things he talk about, life, and I said it all before. You can go back and watch. They got loads of videos. And random things, interesting, never boring, yeah? And it made me even realise, gosh, never judge a book by its cover, because straight away you would think, for me, that's not my type of person, but he is my type of person. I like the things he talks about, makes a lot of sense. He's a big advocate for black people, and he's very roots. He's American roots, And I like that about him. And it makes you learn that people are diverse. This is a very diverse world, but people are people, And I used to watch them. So, wow. And you can see that he is bossy. He's bossy, and sometimes when they mukbang together, production's barely on the camera. He's on the camera, but, he's just there on the side and just picking a little bit of food on the side, and he doesn't speak much. And I'm going to say I'm not jumping on what people are saying. I noticed that. But I just thought he was reserved. I didn't dream all of this was going on. I didn't dream it. And then a lot of stories have been coming out. People have seen Llips come. Llips had an accident, where he's either in a wheelchair or he uses a stick. Yeah? Was in a bad accident. Now I'm hearing they had he had a heart attack earlier on in the year. Both of them have had stroke, all kind of things. Some of it I wonder, is all of this heart attack and strokes true, or have they just been there beating on each other? Because people have come out and said that they've seen Llips come on his videos with black eyes, and not once, not twice, several times covering up back eye. He tripped, he fell on the stairs, the remote flipped and hit him in his eye. That's what people's been saying. I have listened to about 5 different mukbangers over the last 2 days to find out what the back's cover is going on. What the hell is going on? Like, is this real? It's another case just like them ones in Florida, guys, where if you haven't seen the police report, you might think it's a prank. Just like them two in Florida. Because of the police reporting and the arrest sheet and all of that. That's why you know this is real. It's not a prank. This really happened. It's unbelievable. The last unbelievable thing I listened to on YouTube was when such man in Florida, daughter accused him, right, of lewd conduct. YouTubers that I watch. And now, Llips. Condolences to the family and everything. And like, big up the sisters, strong lady. You know, she come out and she shut it down in a way where people, the speculation of, was they fighting? Yes, they was. She said it. Toxic is the word she used. So now I suppose people will just come and spin this argument, that argument. There's people saying that a live earlier on in the year or something, Llips came on live and they was in a car arguing in an Uber. Him and production was arguing, and something about production moved the third person into the house and didn't speak to Llips about it. Something like that. They was on live, you know. There was a couple of people on this live I was watching saying this, a different live from Belly Bob's live, and they was in the Uber and Llips was saying, tell them what you was going to do. You were going to rob me of my money. You were going to rob me of... Let me just say allegedly, guys, but this is what I heard on other people's lives. But they said that Llips was saying, tell them you were going to rob me. You and the guy were going to rob me of my money. And I think production must have nodded his head and said, yeah, I don't know what is going on. I don't know. Allegedly, this is what they were saying on the other live. Yeah. This was a live late at night, like 1, 2 in the morning. They just came on suddenly, big fight, argument, a go on in a Uber. And then the live shut off and he deleted it. You know. So I don't know. And he must have been saying, after all the hard work I do and you planning to rob me. But the sister was saying, production has told her he would never have the life he have if he wasn't for Llips and da-da-da-da. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know I couldn't stay in that kind of toxic relationship. Whether I'm the toxic or they're the toxic, I couldn't stay in it. No, I know I couldn't stay in it. You know. These kind of relationship is dangerous. It is a boiling pot and one day the lid just gonna blow off, and this is what has happened. And it's very, 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 very sad. So I just wanted to come and give a little update because I know my viewers, you're not really knowing about these guys, but you know, these are some black bros, a gay couple, big YouTube mukbang content creator, Llips, 120 odd thousand subscribers, and his husband blew him away. He's deceased. He's no longer here. And just like the people in Florida, so because of this arrest and what's happened, then comes out a whole string of other times when police have been called, 2013, 2015, 2020, 5 years ago, it was in 2020, allegedly production was arrested for DV, aggravated assault, burglary, vandalism, and car wrecked. And then people were saying it was reckless driving, where they're in the car till the car go in an accident. I don't know, allegedly, guys, from here. We don't bust news, we bust reviews. This is a reaction review to what people are saying out there. And I'm in shock. Do not stay in these relationships. You have to see where you are not doing good for each other. You have to see this. Yeah? 2013, 15, 2020, arrested for assault. So, to me, it looks like, from what I'm gathering, Llips is the controlling one. He's the controlling one. And then what happens? Production just can't take no more. He'll pop off. Llips is in a wheelchair on a stick. So he will get all the licks. And in the end, he lost his life. How do you go through that time and time again and make up and break up and make up and beat up and make up? I don't know, guys. Comment below. Anybody in these situations, get out. You need to talk to somebody. You need to leave. As much as you love each other, that is how it is. It can't change. Very, 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 very sad. Condolences again to Llips and his family and the daughter. And I don't know what to say about production. I don't know what to say. I know, through the way I see how him kind of scatty and stay, he can't believe what he's done. I don't know if he will be able to live with this. I don't know if he'll be able to carry on living. To me, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Comment below, guys. Drop a comment below. And I'll be back soon. And if there's anything else to update you guys, I'll update you. So I'm just sharing with my subbies and anyone listening. You know, these are also some YouTubers that I watch, and it's very, very shocking what's happened. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, and I'll be back soon with another video. I'm out.